When you reach the age of 60, 70, or even 80, the food you consume is no longer just about taste or habit, it is about survival. The body you inhabit is not the same as it was at 30. It processes nutrients differently, it absorbs vitamins at a different rate, and it requires a much more strategic approach to diet. But most people fail to adapt. They continue to eat the same way they did decades ago, and they wonder why their energy levels crash, why they struggle with stiffness, why their minds feel foggy, and why their health seems to decline rapidly. The first meal of the day, breakfast, either sets you up for strength and clarity or accelerates your decline. The biggest mistake aging individuals make at breakfast is consuming foods that spike blood sugar. Many believe a bowl of cereal, a glass of orange juice, or a piece of toast with jam is a nutritious way to start the morning. The truth is, this is a disaster for an aging body. These foods are packed with sugar and refined carbohydrates, which cause rapid blood sugar spikes followed by an inevitable crash. When you were younger, your body could tolerate these fluctuations, but as you age, insulin sensitivity decreases, and these constant spikes contribute to weight gain, brain fog, and increased risk of diabetes. Equally problematic is the lack of quality protein in the typical breakfast. The body begins losing muscle mass with age, a process known as sarcopenia, and if you are not consuming sufficient protein, you accelerate this decline. Many older adults start their mornings with nothing but coffee and a piece of toast, completely neglecting the protein their bodies desperately need. This leads to weakness, poor recovery from minor injuries, and an increased risk of falls. If you're not intentionally incorporating protein in the morning, you're actively harming your long-term strength and independence. Another silent destroyer of health is inflammatory foods. Many people do not realize that the foods they consume at breakfast, processed meats, sugary pastries, refined grains contribute to chronic inflammation. Inflammation is the root cause of arthritis, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Foods high in trans fats, artificial additives, and excessive sodium make the body more susceptible to pain, stiffness, and long-term deterioration. If you wake up feeling achy, sluggish, or mentally foggy, your breakfast choices are likely to blame. Dairy-heavy breakfasts are another common issue. While dairy can be a good source of calcium and protein, many aging adults develop some degree of lactose intolerance, even if they never experienced it before. This leads to bloating, digestive discomfort, and increased inflammation. If you find yourself feeling sluggish or bloated after breakfast, it may be time to reassess how much dairy you are consuming and consider alternatives that are easier on digestion, such as fermented dairy or plant-based options. Hydration is also a factor most people neglect in the morning. Many older individuals start their day with coffee but forget to drink water. Overnight, the body loses hydration, and dehydration is a major contributor to confusion, dizziness, and fatigue in aging adults. If your first instinct in the morning is to reach for caffeine rather than water, you are likely exacerbating dehydration and setting yourself up for a day of low energy and mental sluggishness. So what should you be eating instead? The ideal breakfast for someone in their 60s, 70s, or 80s is one that prioritizes protein, healthy fats, and fiber while minimizing sugar and processed foods. Think of eggs with avocado, a handful of nuts, Greek yogurt with berries, or a protein-packed smoothie with leafy greens. These foods support muscle retention, stabilize blood sugar, and provide long-lasting energy without the crashes that come from processed carbs and sugars. Making these changes is not just about physical health, it is about maintaining mental sharpness. The brain is directly impacted by what you eat. Diets high in processed sugars and refined carbohydrates contribute to cognitive decline and increase the risk of dementia. When you consistently consume nutrient-dense foods in the morning, you support brain function, memory retention, and overall mental clarity. The connection between nutrition and cognition is undeniable, and those who prioritize their diet experience a significant difference in their ability to think, focus, and engage with the world. The mistake many people make is assuming that aging is purely genetic, that their health is predetermined, and that their choices no longer matter. This could not be further from the truth. The human body is incredibly adaptive, and the foods you consume play a direct role in how you feel and function every single day. Making small adjustments, like replacing a sugary breakfast with one rich in protein and healthy fats, can lead to massive improvements in energy, strength, and longevity. It is never too late to take control of your health. Your body is constantly responding to the inputs you give it. Every meal is an opportunity to support your long-term vitality or accelerate decline. The choice is yours. What you eat for breakfast is not just about taste or convenience, it is about fueling yourself in a way that sustains energy, protects against disease, and keeps your mind sharp for years to come. Aging well is not about avoiding every possible risk, it is about making the right decisions consistently over time. And one of the most powerful decisions you can make is to stop eating foods that no longer serve your body, no matter how comforting or familiar they may be. The price of poor nutrition is too high, and by making the necessary adjustments, you give yourself the best chance at living a strong, clear-minded, and independent life. As the body ages, the metabolic rate slows down, altering the way energy is produced and stored. The same diet that once fueled an active, youthful body without consequence can now lead to weight gain, sluggishness, and an increased risk of metabolic disorders. Many people fail to recognize this shift and continue eating as if their metabolism were unchanged, resulting in declining health, reduced energy levels, and an accumulation of excess body fat that becomes difficult to shed. One of the primary reasons metabolism slows with age is the gradual loss of muscle mass. Muscle is a metabolically active tissue, meaning it burns more calories at rest than fat does. As people age, if they do not engage in regular strength training and maintain adequate protein intake, muscle mass diminishes, leading to a reduced caloric expenditure. This decline in muscle contributes to slower metabolism and makes weight gain far more likely, even when eating the same portions as before. Hormonal changes also play a significant role in metabolic slowdown. As people enter their 40s, 50s, and beyond, key hormones such as testosterone, estrogen, and growth hormone decrease, affecting the bodily metabolic metabolism efficiently. Insulin sensitivity tends to decline as well, making the body more prone to storing fat, particularly around the midsection. This hormonal shift requires a reassessment of dietary habits to prevent metabolic dysfunction and chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes. Another key factor influencing metabolism is the body's ability to process and utilize carbohydrates. In youth, the body can quickly convert carbohydrates into energy, storing little excess fat. However, with age, insulin resistance increases, meaning that the body does not process glucose as efficiently. Excess carbohydrates that were once burned off with ease are now more likely to be stored as fat. This is why many older individuals struggle with weight gain despite not increasing their caloric intake. A diet that is lower in refined carbohydrates and higher in fiber, protein, and healthy fats becomes essential to maintaining metabolic health. Digestion and nutrient absorption also shift as metabolism slows. The production of stomach acid and digestive enzymes decreases, making it harder to break down and absorb nutrients effectively. This can lead to deficiencies in key vitamins and minerals, particularly B12, iron, and calcium. These deficiencies further contribute to fatigue, weakened immunity, and reduced bone density, creating a cycle of declining health that can be mitigated by adjusting one's diet to include nutrient-dense, easily digestible foods. Hydration plays an often overlooked role in metabolism, and aging individuals are more prone to dehydration due to a diminished sense of thirst. Water is essential for nearly every metabolic function, including the breakdown of fat and the regulation of body temperature. When hydration levels drop, metabolic processes slow down even further, leading to a sluggish system, poor digestion, and reduced energy. Drinking sufficient water, along with consuming hydrating foods like fruits and vegetables, can help counteract the effects of a slower metabolism. Inflammation also becomes a major metabolic disruptor with age, often triggered by poor dietary choices. Highly processed foods, refined sugars, and trans fats contribute to chronic inflammation, which not only damages metabolism but also accelerates aging at the cellular level. Chronic inflammation makes it harder for the body to burn fat efficiently, weakens the immune system, and increases the risk of conditions such as arthritis, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Shifting toward an anti-inflammatory diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and whole foods is a crucial step in mitigating these effects. Sleep quality also plays a major role in metabolic efficiency, and many people experience disruptions in sleep patterns as they age. Poor sleep impacts hormones such as cortisol and leptin, which regulate hunger and energy expenditure. A lack of quality sleep leads to increased cravings for unhealthy foods, reduced energy for physical activity, and an overall slower metabolism. Addressing sleep hygiene through proper diet, stress management, and consistent routines can help restore metabolic balance and improve overall well-being. Physical activity becomes even more critical as metabolism slows, yet many aging individuals become increasingly sedentary. Exercise not only helps maintain muscle mass but also boosts metabolic function by improving insulin sensitivity and enhancing fat oxidation. Strength training, in particular, is one of the most effective ways to combat metabolic decline, as it encourages muscle preservation and increases the body's resting energy expenditure. Incorporating both resistance training and cardiovascular exercise can help counteract the natural slowing of metabolism and keep the body functioning optimally. Intermittent fasting and meal timing can also play a significant role in adapting to a slower metabolism. As digestion slows with age, frequent eating throughout the day can place unnecessary stress on the digestive system and lead to inefficient energy utilization. Allowing longer periods between meals, such as through intermittent fasting, can help improve insulin sensitivity, encourage fat metabolism, and reduce unnecessary caloric intake without compromising nutritional needs. This approach can be particularly beneficial in preventing age-related weight gain and improving metabolic flexibility. Adjusting portion sizes becomes necessary as metabolism declines. Many individuals continue eating the same amount of food they did in their younger years, despite their body requiring fewer calories for maintenance. Over time, this leads to gradual weight gain and metabolic stress. Instead of focusing on restriction, prioritizing nutrient-dense foods in appropriate portions can help support metabolism while preventing excess energy storage. This means shifting from calorie-dense, low-nutrient meals to balanced meals that provide sustained energy and essential nutrients. Mindset and awareness are crucial in managing metabolic changes. Many people view aging as an inevitable decline rather than an opportunity to make smarter, more informed decisions about their health. Accepting that metabolism changes with age does not mean resigning to poor health. It means taking proactive steps to optimize nutrition, activity, and lifestyle choices to maintain vitality and longevity. Those who take ownership of their metabolic health find themselves more